Welcome, Capricorn and Capricorn cross watchers, to your reading for this week. So, hope you guys have had a wonderful day. You're all doing well. Whoop. It's just me being bad at shuffling. Capricorn. Oh, so there's actually two Ten of Swords in this deck. One is everything is fine, and the other one says Ten of Swords. Okay, so... Oh, goodness, I dropped the card. One sec. Yeah, well, that's obvious. I mean, the sun reversed. There's something... What is it that Capricorn's not seeing? Yeah. So Capricorn, I feel like, I mean, there's no denying that you've been through a tough time, right? Let's not pretend that that's not a thing. What I'm seeing here is you may have used something like a vice to distract yourself from whatever, like Ten of Swords is things like it's as bad as it could possibly get, right? Like you've been stabbed in the back by everybody that could possibly do so. And I feel like you may have got into this energy where so many things went sideways that things would happen and you'd be like, yep, that's fine. That's fine. Sounds about right. And I feel like, excuse me, there may have been some coping strategies or coping mechanisms that you've had to enact. I feel like the deepest betrayal that you're experiencing right now is feeling like you betrayed yourself. I feel like you may have allowed someone into your life that, oh, Capricorn, no. It feels like you allowed someone or something into your life that tore everything up or kind of caused so many things to go sideways that when everything did, you kind of sat in that energy like, yeah, well, I deserve this now. I need to suffer a little bit for making those stupid choices. I feel like sometimes you may expect yourself to know more than you should, based on like what you've been through in your life experiences, right? Like you just expect yourself to know everything all the time. And I feel like at times you may be that hard on other people, right? But not, I feel like as hard as you're being on yourself right now, you would never, ever do that to anybody else. And I feel like that may be, it feels like forgiving yourself is the part that needs to, that seems to be the issue here. It's almost like, so the thing happened, things fell apart, you know, suffered whatever issues or consequences for your actions, right? And I want to make it really clear, that's not to say that whatever happened, you deserved it and all that sort of stuff. I'm hearing that's what you're saying, right? Like you're sitting in this energy because you need to suffer the consequences for your actions. And like, yeah, that's, you know, that's a natural, that's what life is, right? We make decisions and then we suffer the consequences or we enjoy the consequences, good or bad. And I feel like you're just kind of staying down. I'm going to be honest. I feel like part of you can't really deal with what's going on right now. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if that's the case, because that means it's too much. Can we get, what is Capricorn ignoring? Yeah. Here's the thing. I feel like there's something good that isn't going to wait much longer that you're ignoring because you're trying to punish yourself. I'm sorry, this reading might just be calling you out, so I apologize if that's how it ends up. But I feel like you, like something really nice is waiting for you and you're kind of like, nope, I don't deserve that. I deserve to be down here. there seems to be something about a romantic kind of like intimate relationship here. I feel like you're not really willing to let me in on that, and that's okay. I'm not going to pry. But for those of you that that's resonating, you know exactly what that means. Somebody may have like released a video or somehow like there feels like it's that type of a betrayal that may have really, it's almost like it's never something that you would have done in the first place. Almost like a little disgusted with yourself. Ah, okay. All right. Well, let's. What does Capricorn need to know about that? Yo. Asked for a clarifier? Like, okay. That's cool. You don't have to tell me. Or, like, of course you don't have to tell me. I mean, I feel like this is kind of like a little bit of insight into the messages that you've been giving yourself, right? It's almost this energy of like you're not allowing yourself to think about it. So instead of allowing yourself to think about it, whenever you get to like, oh, I'm almost gonna, you're like, nope, that's it, I'm done, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? You just get into this this energy where it's like, nope, it already fell apart, I'm not gonna talk about it, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? You just kind of I feel to a certain extent you may be disconnecting while punishing yourself. I feel like some of you may not be ready to get up. It's almost like you may feel like you haven't lost enough on the other side of this to learn your lesson. And like, is that really true? I don't know why I'm dropping all these cards all of a sudden. So we got the Six of Pentacles reversed here. This is what fell on the floor. And then the Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords. These came out like this, though. It's almost this energy of you looking at yourself like, I shouldn't have done it. I knew I shouldn't have done it in the moment, and I did it anyway. I'm going to be honest. I feel like you're not really, from what I'm seeing, you're not really ready to hear anything else right now. There's a little bit of escapism going on from what I'm seeing. And it's not so much that you're escaping the consequences, because it's clear that you want to inflict even more on yourself. It feels more that you are escaping from the fact that like, it's kind of over. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that's happened, it kind of feels like it's old news to other people, but because you're stuck in this energy, it still feels really big to you. And that's not to say like that still feels really big to you, right? There's nothing wrong with feeling what you're feeling. It's almost like you're punishing yourself so that this never ever happens again. And I'm gonna like, how much more suffering are you going to ensure you experience before you know that you'll never do it again? And I feel for some of you, it's kind of like, listen, I know myself and I need to do this. And if that's the case, then that's the case. But I feel for a lot of you, it does kind of feel like you can come out of this kind of black hole that you're in. It just feels like whenever you feel like, oh, I could come out of the black hole. Yeah, but to come out of the black hole, you're going to have to pull out some of those swords. And it's like pulling out a splinter. Like, it doesn't hurt as long as you don't touch it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, okay, all right. So I think we're going to pull on the big deck. One sec. Can we What does Capricorn need to pull on to get out of this? Like, can we just get the actual cards to come out? Okay. So we have the High Priestess, Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and Ten of Cups. Here's the thing. I feel like there seems to be somebody that you kind of consider as like a safe person, or if it's not a person, it's like it's a safe thing for you to do while still being in this energy. But I feel like you kind of have to initiate it, because I feel like whatever it is that's tried to knock on your door, you haven't been answering for a while. I feel like whatever happened here, like, damn, Capricorn, I don't know what happened, but it almost, it kind of seems like it made you feel like you weren't worthy of being loved. It feels like it's like almost like a deep self-hatred for whatever happened. It's like you hated yourself for putting things that you've worked for at risk. You hated yourself for being so stupid. That's not to say that I'm agreeing with that, okay? It's like you just can't believe that you did that. And I feel like there's this energy of work might be the way out of this, in that if you're not ready to have like an emotional connection with somebody, I feel like there's a very practical one that you can have. It feels like it's something that you need help with, something that it's almost like whoever it is that you're asking, or it's like it's kind of well known that whatever this is, you're going to need help with. And you know that someone's waiting for you to ask for their help. And I feel like knowing that they're waiting for you to ask seems to be keeping you in this energy even longer. And I'm going to ask why. Because it feels like it's like they know that they're going to help you, and you know that too. But it's like they're not going to come in and offer, because they know that'll push you further into the energy that you're in. It's almost like this person feels that if they came around and offered it to you instead of you asking, that it would impact your self-respect somehow. I feel like they love you terribly, and they can't wait to see you out of this energy, that's for sure. And they really do care about you. Excuse me. And they really wish that things could be, I want to say, like back the way they were, or at least that it's almost this energy of like, they understand why this took you down so hard. I feel like there's no question as to why. I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry. I feel like to take a Capricorn down is, you know, that's hard. Not that I've tried, but you know, you guys are definitely a resilient bunch, and I feel like that may be why this person is being so they're handling it in a way that they wouldn't. I feel like with other people, because this person is like a leader among men kind of thing, or a leader among people, I feel like they see you as like someone on equal footing. If it's someone that they felt they were the leader, like they were leading that person, then they would use that kind of position to kind of inspire the person to get out of it. But they know that that's not going to fly with you. Because like, and it's not that this person would be speaking down to someone that they're trying to help or lead out of a bad situation or whatever. But it's like, if they spoke to you like that, it's almost like they know that you would feel that the dynamic between the two of you has shifted, and they're letting you do this at your own pace and your own time on your own, to show you that whatever happened, it hasn't changed how they see you. They know who you are. They know exactly who you are. And they're giving you the space to do what you're doing so that you know that. Because whatever happened, their opinion did not change. I'm hearing like just because somebody else is, insert expletive here, um, just because somebody else is like that doesn't mean that you're any less. And I almost want to say that, like, I feel like they've made sure that other people know that, or they held the line, if that makes sense. They do love you. It could be romantic. It may not be. Whatever it is, this person really sees, I think they see you as, you know how you feel about yourself when you're at the top of your game and like, um, you're working and things are happening and you're, kicking butts and taking, well, that's not really even when you feel like you're a mover and a shaker and you're making things happen, how you feel about yourself in those moments. This is how this person feels about you all the time. And I feel like from their perspective, it's because they see the true you instead of the you through this lens that you have that causes you to be exceedingly hard on yourself. I also feel that they may be very protective of you. They may be kind of running, what's that saying? Like, for example, if you're in this energy and this person and somebody kind of comes in to talk to you, then whereas somebody else might be like, oh, this Capricorn. I don't think anybody would do that to you. I think they wouldn't be stupid enough, to be honest with you. But anyway, I feel like this person would speak very highly of you and would further enforce how they really feel about you to other people in this situation, instead of being like, oh, Capricorn's down bad. That's not going to come out of their mouth. So, kind of feel like there's another question I need to ask, but I don't know what it is. Nine of Wands with the star at the bottom. The load's going to lighten. It's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be like sudden where like, oh, all of a sudden you feel amazing despite the fact that you've got these two freaking cards trying to describe where you're at, right? It feels more that it's like, it's going to be a progression coming out of it. And I feel like your person is going to spin it in a really good light for you. It's almost like you'll come out of this dark place feeling like everybody just saw something that made you feel very, very vulnerable. Meanwhile, like, the situation was contained. And actually there's a lot of people that don't even know. And I feel like you're going to come out feeling like there may be some humbling experiences coming your way. And I'm not really feeling that. I feel like you still are someone that's not to be toyed with. And if people had any doubts about that, this person made it very, very clear that you're not to be toyed with, while still not calling out any of this situation because of how they're spinning where you're at right now. So I love you guys. I really do. I hope that things are on their way out the door for you so that you can be free of this. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.